Coffee?
Yeah.
This is your coffee.
Wait, what? I work my arse off for 60 hours a week to provide for this family, and you just want to fucking use my own stuff that I pay with my own flesh and blood. Now I'm going to be shooting a video today of last day with the cast. Batman, how do you stop the bad guys? I wake up and I eat my bacon and eggs. Calories, God, there's so many. Think of Popeye, but with a really cool mask. Don't worry, we will meet each other again soon. I can't reach. So I thought I'd make this little memorial style video, well it's just a vlog really, in commemoration for this baby for looking after my leg for so long. Even though you've caused me loads of itches and you've got me told off by the nurses for getting wet without my permission, it's green, not purple. So it's been a constant battle of loneliness, isolation, and I don't know, it's just, I'm speechless, I really am. Being able to put on jeans and I've been able to get into work, and because I don't take no for an answer, and I'm a resilient bastard, and I just love everything this thing has done for me. So essentially I'm getting my cast off tomorrow, so tomorrow it will have been 6 weeks since I've had a broken leg, and considering I've never broken any bone in my body before, it's definitely been an experience which I'll never want to go through again. Not because of the pain or anything, but because it's just such an inconvenience, especially when it's your leg that's in question. And even so, like, I'm a bit weary if it is going to be my last day with it, because I still feel a little bit of discomfort sometimes, but I don't know if that's just because my leg is weak or something like that. I really hope they turn around and say, yep, you can have it off, you can drive, you can do all the things that you could do before you had it, except fall like an idiot. So if you haven't watched my last video, go ahead and check it out. The link will be in the description. It is a very comical video, I will admit that, but then again, there's nothing different in terms of that or the rest of my content. And I gotta say thank you to all the people on Instagram who wanted to sign it and stuff. I've gone ahead and signed that for you. I'll show you that in a little bit. I've gained a lot of attention off it. One thing I didn't realize, but thanks to the people who pointed it out for me, was that I somehow had my number on Instagram, and therefore people were actually privately texting me saying, hey, how you doing? People that I just don't even know. Personally, and it's the same for a lot of other people, my mobile phone for contacting me is very off limits because it's a very private thing. I only give out my number to people that I know fairly well, and you know, work contacts and things like that. Obviously message me on Instagram or, you know, anywhere else where I'm active, just not WhatsApp or anything else which I haven't shared with you. But then again, that's my fault. I shouldn't have kept it public, so, you know, I have no one to blame except myself. Take full ownership, don't worry. And I just thought in this video that I'd look like how I've always looked like walking around the house, because you know, it's a cool getup. It makes me look like I'm about to walk in a Jedi desert. And the other thing is, it's cozy. Mainly because I had no preparation before setting up this video. So without further ado, let's have a look at the cast in full detail. So this was one I signed myself. It says, I signed my cast because I'm lonely. Essentially, I decided to post this as a picture on Instagram because it was funny. Someone said, get well soon, CSO. I think is that an X? I don't know. I can't understand my own handwriting. There's a little something that my housemate drew within the intention of the video, but I'm pretty sure he had hidden intentions to just mark me for life. 6 weeks considered as life for me. There's my friend Katie, and there's an upside down message that I can't understand, but if you can read my message, you know who you are. And there's my sock. So I promise that I'll be careful in the future. I also promise that you know, I'll be able to run around with sheer joy without having too much risk induced upon myself, because getting Ubers to work and getting Ubers to the hospital and things like that is just not something that's very ideal. I'd rather drive myself. That's why I don't really like public transport. I don't like being congested on a train at peak times, but I can understand why that happens because Arriva are terrible and I don't think they exist anymore. I don't know. I haven't ridden a train for donkey's years. or just ages. I don't know when was the last time I rode a train. Oh no, it was when I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2, that's the one. Seriously, when your flatmate has a lot of props, there's just no getting around it. You've got to make the best use of it. So starting tomorrow, I will be a new man! Even when I've had that soul, I think, did I show you the soul last time? I don't know, it's one of those rubber soles. If I can find a picture of it on Google, I will show you so I don't have to get up. I've been able to walk without it. Sort of stupidly, I did when I was going outside for a little bit. I wore the same shoe that caused me to slip, thinking, okay, the same thing can't happen twice. It did almost happen twice as I slipped down the stairs, but I was able to save myself. So that would have been quite disasterful. I've been able to go out and stuff like that, but I just like, every time I've gone out, it's like I want to go home early. I just don't feel in the mood for it. So far with the x-rays they've done, they've pretty much said that it's grown back nicely. Like I think I said in the last video that it doesn't require surgery, so that's good. And when I go there tomorrow, hopefully they will take it off and then they will stick support tape on my leg instead of this cast. So yeah, the cast, essentially the way it's shaped and how tough it is, has prevented me from pressing the pedals down in my car. So I can't exactly do that. And even if I did try my best to do that, if I crashed, I wouldn't be covered by insurance. So it's not worth risking that. Sometimes when I'm in work, I'm a bit restless and I want to sit cross-legged. So if I do that and then I recover myself, I do feel a little bit of strain and it doesn't feel nice. There's also a video that I'm going to be releasing with BBC Sesh. I don't know when. good input in that, but it's pretty much a little sketch, a little funny one, and it gets me some good exposure, so that will be all dandy. So I like dandelions. Because I wear a lot of slim fit jeans, it can be difficult to get on, but I can get it on nevertheless. It just looks like I've got a giant bulge at the bottom of my leg. It sucks only having to wear one boot, like having to avoid people and stuff like that. I have to avoid people not because of my own insecurities, but because I am technically unable to be in a large crowd. So I had to miss Architect, sadly, and luckily I didn't do this right before download because that would have been an absolute travesty. The next time you'll see me, I'll show you what the tape looks like. So, see you in a bit.